Hey, what's up? So we're recording a video today from the phone because live is no longer available. YouTube has raised the threshold so I can no longer stream live from my phone. Not tried it from a webcam or anything like that, but all of my previous live streams have been via my phone. So what I was doing was I was filming myself playing video games via live and making it available for people to watch. But now I have to basically be smarter than I was before and try to talk to everybody that isn't even there and make a video that you can watch later. That's almost like as if it's a live Let's Play, because the goal that I'm after right now is to make videos that I play video games live and people watch a little bit. This isn't the only thing that I use this channel for, but this is one of the things. And what I'd like to do is play some classic games, like stuff that you won't see on most channels, because when a game gets released and becomes popular, everybody seems to play it, you know. So considering you're watching this later, I don't want to waste your time. It's kind of annoying to watch something that isn't relevant anymore, you know. Let's see. Today was a solar eclipse, though, so I will say that. Nowhere near the United States, but anybody who was in the South Pacific, I think, saw that. So, yeah, we're coming up on the 4th of July. And before I get into playing this, one thing I wanted to mention was Final Fantasy has a re-release of Final Fantasy VII that should be pretty hot, and Final Fantasy VIII, which most people weren't paying attention to, is going to be remastered, so it'll be available to play on most platforms, but it'll be like a nice fresh take on the exact same game. It won't be revamped or changed at all. It'll just literally be remastered, so everything will look cleaner and be playable on different platforms than it was before, because that was originally a PlayStation game from probably like 1998, 1999. It kind of came out late on the platform. It was a great game in my opinion if you like role-playing games, but it's not necessarily the best graphic capability that you think that it could be. I feel like anyone who's played it knows what I'm getting after, but the storyline is very deep, and to play 4 discs on a PlayStation game is a lot of time spent. So nonetheless, check out the newest Final Fantasy games when those come out. I'm also going to try to keep this video short, and I'm going to be giving a shout out to channels that I subscribe to that are not channels that everyone's heard of already, that I feel like they don't necessarily need my need my shout out, but if you watch my channel at all and you watch the shit that I'm into, then there you go. It'll be a shout out to the people that provide the content that I watch all the time, because I want to make videos often, but quite honestly, I never get to make videos. I think that I'm gonna, and then it doesn't happen. So everybody wants to have content on YouTube, and YouTube expects you to have content to be able to have like privileges and be able to do things, but not everybody can make funny content or good content or educational content all the time. And when you're on, you don't necessarily have the time to do it, you know. Like if you're in a good condition to make a good video, you may be busy with other things. Like most people have a day job, so to speak, and you can't quit your day job, so you spend your time doing one thing, but you might have a good YouTube video you want to make and you just can't. So for all the lost content out there, and then of course the shit that gets removed, it's I don't know. I'd like to make more videos. I'd like to have more content, but this is what you're gonna get from now on. Until I have 1,000 subscribers, I won't be able to stream live from the phone like I do what you're watching. And I'm not begging for any subscribers. Don't subscribe unless it's something that you're already interested in, because that's not what this is about. So I think now would be a good time to jump into this. What we're going to do is play a little bit of Sega Genesis. I don't want to play new games unless there's something that I really like, and I'm not just trying to gear this around what I like, but I'm going to dive into a short list of games I made the other day from Sega Genesis that I think anyone who didn't play Sega Genesis in its time will kind of like. Like obviously this Paperboy loop of the menu screen has been playing over and over again, but maybe you haven't tried these games before. They're usually pretty simple, not a lot of buttons, but it could be something that maybe you've just never been exposed to. So hopefully this is a first for some people, and considering that this is not live and you're just watching it later, maybe it'll be good for people who stumble on it 2 years from now, because maybe this video will be recommended in 2022 for who knows what reason, because that's how YouTube works. It's weird things that don't make a lot of sense until later, I guess, or not even then. Yeah, alright, so enough talking. So obviously this is Paperboy, and this wasn't a game that I played all the time or anything, but this is a classic. I feel like this was sitting in arcades somewhere, or everybody's played a version of this somehow, and this is the Sega Genesis version. And there is volume. It's quiet in the beginning. I feel like you have to take Easy Street in the beginning, right? You, the audience, your view is going to be limited because this camera is just a phone. And so, okay, this is where they tell us which houses. No one pays attention to that. You just throw papers wherever you want, right? Oh yeah, that one just goes in the yard. Push forward to like advance. But if you're just like not knowing what you're doing, you're just kind of like putting along, and you're like, son, bam, throw a paper in that. Oh, and then we'll speed off. Get some more papers. Oh, through your window, whatever. Another thing is it's kind of hard to like look at the screen and not the phone. Oh, that guy. Like I want to look at the phone in front of me, which is like right in front of the screen that's capturing the video, but it's better if I just pay attention. I gotta hit that breakdancing guy. Okay, hold on. Oh, now we go. Yes. Through your window. This control is kind of erratic here, because like I feel like when I push forward, he goes forward. Oh, that guy's burgling. When I push forward, he goes forward, but like left or right is kind of like not the diagonal that the game advances at. I did a quick sound test, but we're hoping that this isn't too loud. I've explained this in a previous video, but what I'm playing on is like an arcade cabinet that I've kind of like constructed, and this is just simply a screen that's displaying from a computer with an emulator, and that emulator just plays a ROM. So really, like, this isn't hard work to put something like this together. Like this arcade is just simply built from like wood, screws, and then there's a computer in it, so you can kind of do your own, but I did this a while back and computers have kind of changed. I feel like ROMs are like a different thing nowadays. Like if you were to be trying to find ROMs to download to have like your own arcade, it might be harder to find with copyright issues, or not so much just the same old copyright that you think of, but like like there's certain copyrights for the games that were written on these consoles to where certain number of years have to pass before it's like acceptable to just copy them and distribute them however you feel like it. You know, I don't feel like I've broken any rules, and nobody's told me I have either. So I also own all these games, of course. That's the thing. If you own the cartridge, then you can technically have the ROM, and it's not a big deal, right? So it's just a digital copy of the same thing you already have. Nice. Right in the mailbox. I'm actually more used to doing this while I'm live and talking to people that might be watching, so that I feel like I'm getting real feedback. This is kind of like, oh, you got it. It's like kind of interesting to just make a video and act like I'm talking to people, but forgive me if this, I don't know, it just seems like a weird video. It's kind of zap, pow. Kind of like a first time tryout. I guess the good thing is with the video that's not live, I don't really have to tell anybody like, hey, if you just got here, this is called Paperboy. And who doesn't know that this is Paperboy when all I'm doing is throwing newspapers, you know? Oh, you can run out of newspapers. You gotta hit the guy in the convertible and all his trash cans too. You can go like really slow and be obnoxious. But if you hit that sewer grate, you're probably screwed. You gotta get more papers. You can't just ride up a curb either. You gotta go in the opening. Oh, I hit that guy. Training course, like, I fucked this up last time. That looks bad. Yeah, so another thing about these kind of games is like, I've sat around and just you know, me and the boys just throwing the papers, you know, and not even looking. I'm like not even paying attention to what I'm doing, just firing them, you know. Like, you can kind of just like have fun in this game and just rip through. That guy's jackhammering. But in all reality, it's like there's other games too. So also, sorry, wrong key command.
I live a life of danger.
That's pretty funny. Sometimes you just push the wrong button. Yeah, so, okay. So in terms of other games, I made a short list here. That was obviously Paperboy. There's a lot here. I'm going to scroll way too fast. Don't even waste your time. When I left scroll, I can go whole pages at a time. If I just scroll one at a time, I go up or down. But this game, I feel like when there weren't too many games to choose from, people did play this a lot, but it's kind of like a novelty value game, you know, like when you go to play Marble Madness, you're just like, yeah, let's do this for a couple minutes. Like, this will not, this will be short-lived. But it's got a quality to it that, you know, I don't know, they at least put the effort into the game. So when you're rolling the ball, it's like it at least feels like somewhat genuine. It doesn't feel like crap. Like, obviously that's an easy level. They put some work into it. This song is like the song. Blackwall is trying to like teach you a lesson. Oh, you don't. Your ball doesn't like that. And you avoid slinkies. You do not slinky. I'm like a badass, so I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna take my time. Whoa! You have to be very good at like 3D to really understand the vertical part of what's going on in the map here. Like, it doesn't even make sense. No, are you kidding me? Okay. Like, what are all those blue lines anyways? Oh, that was like, I just let go and it just took me across. This game's kind of like mini golf on crack with the joystick. I don't think I've ever gotten past level 2. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. This guy... you can't jump. Dude, this guy just took all my chances of winning away. I feel like my ball is like the Dragon Ball Z thing. Like, I'm like a Dragon Ball. No! Okay, alright. Whoa, was that a secret before that? Out of time. Alright, I need to move through these quick enough, so there's that. If you've never played Sega Genesis, then maybe you need to try that one. I'm doing something wrong here. You need to try Marble Madness, I guess. But here's one that this is not limited to Sega Genesis. You will find this arcade even to this day in certain places. It might even be like combined, but everybody likes some good old Pacman. So I'll try to not be a noob right now. Okay, I feel like my joystick's not reacting like I want it to. I'm way better at this, alright? If I'm not talking, you know I'm like in the zone too. That was slick. I almost got out of that. You know, it really doesn't even hurt to like do like early motions with the stick in this game. Not that anybody needs like a Pacman tip, but wow, that was a mistake altogether. But I feel like if you say you weren't even born in the last century, like I was, you know, like people talking about Chernobyl. I was born right before Chernobyl, you know. If you're not familiar with this game, people pumped endless quarters into this game, spent time that like sounds unreal. Like if you were to compare what people spend time on today, like World of Warcraft or some of these other games that like somebody might try to tell you is a waste of time, at least those games are efficient. Like you could just stand there all night and just spend all your money on this game, and all you did was just move a joystick. You know, like, the concept is just insane compared to some of these other games that you could play today. At least playing Dark Souls, you feel like you did something, right? You know, you play some Bloodborne, feel like you got somewhere. At least there was some type of smile on your face when you, like, finally killed that boss, you know? Pacman is just, like, just endless quarters. I have another personal favorite I want to get in here. And you know what? Say you're watching this video, right? And you're like, wow, I made it this far in. I'm like 20 minutes into the video, but this guy's microphone's terrible. Like, I can't hear myself. I have no idea what this sounds like, and I'm kind of just winging it. So comment on the video, I guess, and tell me if my audio is just awful. I want to have some of the game sound in, but it's a cell phone picking up the microphone. So I remember playing this game years and years and years ago, and getting into a zone and just getting to like level 200 and something, and thinking I was like a god at it. But this won't go that well. It's late. I don't know what I just chose. But yeah, so, you know, this is very much like Tetris. It becomes like a color-coded thing to where when it's moving quick, you're kind of just like, you're looking at colors, not shapes, and you're kind of just like button mashing, but like flipping things around and ripping them down as quick as you can. You can't really plan too much ahead like other games. It just happens. But I'll play this a little bit. I mean, now might not even be a bad time for something else I want to do during this video. Near the closing, I wanted to kind of give a shout out to the people that I watch on YouTube. I don't know if the people I subscribe to are expecting a shout out, or people that subscribe to me are expecting a shout out. I'm kind of just doing this because I was thinking about it, and it's like, if I'm going to make a video and I'm expecting anybody to watch, I might as well just like throw in a shout out to people that I like, because they're putting an effort in, and I don't need to like benefit from it, but if you like what I do, maybe you like what they do. So yeah, I think the biggest thing I want to talk about before I mention that is I can't go live anymore, and that's something I don't like. Without like 1,000 subscribers and not being able to go live, it's like, I guess I could do a webcam thing and change up my game, but I feel like I already spent money just to do a mobile stream and then have YouTube shut me down because I'm not big enough. But like, in reality, everybody who's big on YouTube grew from just good content. So my content's not ever going to be that good. Like, you're watching me play some 1994 game. Like, this isn't going to be the biggest channel on YouTube ever. So I just wish I could stream live from my phone like I did the last time, and this will be the new norm, I guess. And maybe, I don't know, I don't even know when I'll make my next video, but I do watch a lot of videos. I'm subscribed to what I want to say is thousands of channels. Some people make videos every day. I think it's cool that like some people are making videos every day, you know, like I wish I could. I spend more of my time just out grinding away at the day job, you know, but I think it's awesome that those people are like devoted and they're willing to give some time during the daytime when it's most valuable, you know. So in no particular order, I guess I'm gonna give some people a shout out. I'm playing at the same time here, but I'll try to also mention like relatively what their channel's about if I can remember off the top of my head. And there's other channels I subscribe to that are bigger than this, but those channels, they really don't need a shout out. If I said it, you'd be like, oh, you're just leeching off of them. So these people aren't necessarily my subscribers. These are just channels I subscribe to. So first off, I want to give a shout out to Uncle Matt. Uncle Matt makes Minecraft content. He also streams on another channel where he makes other content like other gaming, but Uncle Matt has grown a huge following since the beginning of 2019, and his Minecraft content's pretty sweet. Speaking of Minecraft, there's also a few other people that are probably worth mentioning. IBX Toy Cat. Been on YouTube for 10 years. He doesn't need my mention, but I watch a lot of his videos. And NDV Games with a space, capital NDV Games, also does a lot of YouTube streams that are live, where he does Minecraft videos that you could probably appreciate. There's some other people where their content's a little bit mixed, but I watch Hamad the Dolphin Man, and I believe he does Minecraft content as well. Who would I go to next? Give a shout out to Dan the Man, with 2 N's in both of those, right? Dan the Man also really doesn't need my shout out. He's got plenty of subscribers, but he makes good content often. He was live streaming more, if I understand. He's kind of slowed it down. I'll give a shout out to Critical Nobody. I want to give a shout out to Tidzimi, Tidzimi, and he makes videos, gaming videos, but they are in a language that I don't even know what it is. I subscribe to the channel, I watch the videos sometimes, but I'm just watching. I really don't know what is actually going on. But good content. A lot of these are gaming channels. I want to give a shout out to Marlboro Country. Marlboro Country streams from Japan, and what's an early morning for me, so I watch his videos from time to time. But it's something that's, when someone's on the other side of the world, it's kind of hard to participate, like time zones that are opposite. Like, for example, Jan2. Janttu. Jan2 also streams from a place that's opposite of where I am, to where when he is live, I miss that kind of stuff because it's like 1 a.m. and I gotta be going to bed, I hope I don't overlap, but I'll also give a shout out to Erinth. Or Erinth. Erynth. Erinth makes memes. A lot of these memes are based around Dark Souls, and they're hilarious. I constantly are seeing these like 4 or 5 videos a day, probably more than the notifications actually show you. I think you can only have 3 notifications in a day, so they are popping up videos faster than a lot of these channels. It's somebody that I'm probably going to try to feature in my channel. Sometimes I watch people who stream Rust. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game Rust, but shout out to Sebi K and Wellyn, Welyn, and Sebi K is Sebby capital K. Both of them make really good Rust content. They stream on Twitch as well, but I'm not really into Twitch. Another shout out to Kever M. Keverm. Kever streams mostly Nintendo content. He does a lot of Switch content, GameCube content, a little bit of N64 content. Check out his channel. It's probably better to just see it for yourself. But another shout out to Dead GPK. Give a shout out to Dan SG08, who has a lot of good Let's Play content. he spends a lot of time playing all the way through really good games, especially Final Fantasy VIII, which I mentioned earlier. His Final Fantasy VIII playthrough, I'm still watching it. It's like 74 parts, but it's really good, and he dives deep into things that like you'd probably not have time for. And if you're a binge watcher, it's a really good channel. So Dan SG8 covers a lot of the Final Fantasy games as well. Thomas Brush is a game producer. He's made a few games that you might have played. Give him a quick shout out because he's on this list I made here. Give a shout out to Shoe Nice 22 out in Colorado. He knows who he is. Barely needs my shout out, but Shoe Nice knows who I am. So I'm gonna give Shoe Nice a good shout out. What up, bro? Let's see. I'm rereading my list that I'm not going in any order on, and I feel like I need to give a shout out to the Fullerton Informer. The Fullerton Informer is out of Fullerton, California, I believe, and he is constantly giving you urgent warnings about the types of stuff that's dangerous that I think the bad people are trying to push on us. You know, like, that sounds really cliche, but he has a lot of good videos about 5G and what could be dangerous about it. You know, like basically a whistleblower type guy, and he's into a lot of subjects that if I tried to summarize it, I'd probably not do a good job. So the Fullerton Informer is somebody I'd recommend. And I'm also going to give a shout out to Scotty Kilmer. Scotty Kilmer is like killing it on YouTube. 2 videos a day. He's fixing everybody's car. Everyone's going to own a Toyota by the time that Scotty Kilmer's done with them. And I constantly am watching his videos and giving him a thumbs up. I'll give a shout out to Goose Wayne while I'm at it too, because I just remember that off the top of my head. Goose Wayne is still keeping it real. He's got weekly videos, it seems like, lately, and he's been editing them down. His camera quality is unreal. The editing is great. And I'll give a shout out to Unirock. Unirock's content is like, he follows YouTube trends, looks into a little bit of news. If you heard it on YouTube, he's probably heard it already. He's a smart guy. Again, hard to summarize other people's content because when I think I know something, I'm usually wrong. So this whole list is just meant to give a shout out to the people that I watch and the people that I think make good content. So if I didn't mention you, maybe it's just because I haven't gotten around to it, and maybe your channel's just too